Hello my fellow Retromaniacs and welcome back to Let's Play F1 World Grand Prix 2 for Sega Dreamcast. Yeah, my favorite F1 game after Jeff Crammon's Grand Prix series, for sure. Well, I guess some of the Codemasters F1 games are good as well, but for like the old games, this is the best one. So Silverstone this time, round 8, on July 11th, 1999. Got maggots and chapel and everything. It's the old Silverstone with Abbey and Prix curve. Still, I haven't really gotten used to the new circuit, especially with the start-finish line being after the stove corner or club corner. Even though it's been like 15 years now. But yeah. I guess whatever layout you used to grow up with, that like gets stuck into your memory. So for me it's always this layout. Late 1990s, early 2000s. And same for like Hockenheim ring. I still haven't gotten used to the new Hockenheim ring. I just miss the old one in the woods. So I'm doing okay. Got 20 points. Why is it showing like 0? I can have a... Wait a second. Yeah, I won 2 races, but otherwise I've been out of points. So yeah, but I think as a friend saying that was kind of like his season in 1999. So I'm like reenacting it. Frentzen won in Magny-Cours and then in Monza, and in Nürburgring he might have won. That probably would have been quite tight fight for the championship coming to Malaysia, but we can never know. I think it was like his own mistake putting like pit limiter on after exiting the pit lane in Nürburgring. But yeah, this is the track where Schumacher got injured, broke his leg. I don't think this is going to simulate that, Schumacher crashing out, and then in the next race there's going to be Mika Salo replacing him. I think Schumacher going to be in the whole season. Okay, yeah, it's going to take a while again to get used to the controls. It's been 2 years since I played this game, so let's start with the practice sessions. Obviously, in the old days, here it just says Friday practice, Saturday practice, but in reality we had FP1, FP2 on Friday and FP3 and FP4 on Saturday, both 45 minutes. But yeah. So yeah, it will take a while to get used to the controls again. So I'm just doing some installation laps first. Okay. What was the camera angle I used to use? I think I used the in-car. Yeah, that's it. Chapel, Pickets and Maggots. Was it in the other order? Someone's coming behind me. Is it Schumacher? No, it's Arrows. Of De La Rosa maybe, or Verstappen. But yeah, the only thing is important to get like one good qualifying lap. You probably get a pole by a big margin. I don't remember what difficulty setting I had, but I think it's been challenging enough. You know, I haven't been dominating the whole season, so let's not change that. And obviously now that I haven't played the game for 2 years, I'm a little bit rusty. But yeah, I know the circuit so well. The old layout.
You've just done the fastest lap.
Go to the stove corner.
You completed 2 laps.
I think you can take this with the 6th gear. Oh, fuck! Almost caused a T-bone
Turn around.
accident there. 1999, if this is following the weather conditions of 1999, it should stay dry for the whole weekend. It was the 2000 race that, and 1998 race that, well, it was 1998 race that was very wet. These days it would probably be like cancelled altogether. And 2000 it was very wet Friday. But then it for the Sunday it was dry. Even though it was like, for some reason Bernie Ecclestone had decided to have a British Grand Prix in April. Although I would be quite interested to see like European Grand Prix take place in weather months, or colder months. It would be interesting, like have a race in like Red Bull Ring in early April, or maybe after the snow has melted, but just to like increase the risk of like cold and
What's the fuel level?
cold and soggy weather. Okay, let's start again. Because I like wet races, so if I can make a calendar that maximizes wet races possibilities. Yeah, I think you can do the stove in 6th gear, but these are very difficult corners to do. I'm using my controller. Obviously this would be easier with the racing wheel. But I just have to live with this, what I have. At least it's not a D-pad, Still, it's not like totally easy to control. It's, it's not that smooth. I think there's a little bit like a dead zone here. But you know, I played this, won a couple of races, so it's just about, you know, getting used to it. It's always, you know, because I take these like long breaks that may take like years since I returned to the game. I always have to relearn the whole game. Yeah, you can easily take that with flat out. You don't even have to brake or anything. But these corners are difficult. I think you can take the first 2 corners with 6th gear, but the 3rd one needs to be on 5th gear. But here you actually have to like brake a little bit. I think 5th gear is alright. This would be the start-finish line. And here is where Jarno truly had his big rush on the right side here in 2004. And this is where Schumi and Hill collided in 1995. Yeah, I know my history. Let's try this flat out.
Keep your eye on the fuel.
Yeah, easy flat out. Okay, let's try this flat out, and then 5th gear. Okay, maybe it could have been done with 6th gear as well. And this, I will think, 5th gear. Yeah, wasn't that optimal line. Oh! And then touch the grass. It's an old school circuit nowadays. They have like a tarmac, so and there's like a 2 meters wide curbs or like runoff area. It takes all the challenge away. At least now, you know, this weekend they're driving at Suzuka, which is like a very old school circuit. No room for error. One of my favorite circuits.
You completed laps.
So let's try 6th gear all the way through.
Come in.
Oh shit! Just flipped there. I don't know if you can actually flip in the game. Is there a replay mode? I would like to see that. Yeah, I guess you can do chapels, beckets and maggots in 6th gear, but I didn't have the optimal line. Let's try again. Damn. Yeah, it's a risky thing to do. Here, this one you cannot take on 6th gear. No. Oh, there's like the airport. I'm skipping the whole Lap time should be deleted. This you have to take like in even third gear. This can you, I think, fourth gear. Yeah, I'm trying to find the limits. So that I don't lose too much time by being too cautious. Yeah, I wonder how often like real.
It's the last lap.
Last lap? What do you mean? Real drivers in their like simulators try to do something silly, like taking flat out corners that cannot be taken flat out. Yeah, you have to slow down there. Can't take it.
That's not a shortcut.
That's not a shortcut. Well, the other one was. It's coming behind me. Looks like McLaren. Yeah, you don't really have to brake there, maybe. You wanna go past? Can wait. It's like a hop. Being like truly trained here. Why they go so slowly? It's not end of the session yet. But, you know, at least this, 1999, that this was the time where you could really push, qualifying, unlike today, 2026, when you have to you have to mind your battery and do super clipping, and it just sucks. It's really like killing my interest in Formula 1, these rules. I mean, some people like it if the races are interesting, but it's still like artificial action, and especially qualifying, if they cannot like push for the whole lap. It's just it's not motorsport. You're supposed to be able to push. You can push in Formula 2, Formula 3. Why in the Formula 1, that's supposed to be a pinnacle of motorsport, you cannot push the whole lap? But you have to like save battery and lift and coast on the straights. It's just a disgrace. It makes me really angry. Well, luckily we have these old video games where you can push the whole lap. No need to take care of your battery or engine modes or active aero. Just have to mind the full level. No DRS as okay, I think I'm getting used to these controls finally. Yeah, I think fifth gear is right for cops. Oh, wait a second. Cops, stove, I'm always confused those two. I think that was stove.
It's in.
Yeah, these low corners are probably the most annoying one. It doesn't seem to be the easy way to take them.
Tires are going off. Cover your line.
I can just retire. Oh my god, my lap time is 11 seconds better than Mika Häkkinen's. Okay, well, maybe I should tune up the difficulty. But on the other hand, I noticed that the races are more difficult, and especially it's unforgiving you if you make one mistake. The whole race is basically over. Let's do qualifying. So if I get a similar lap with 121, that's enough for the pole, or sub 130 seems to be enough. But with that start, well, I have 12 laps. Or actually 6 laps, 6 tries, because it always counts the out lap as well. Okay, that wasn't pretty, but I didn't crash. Okay, here 1 gear off and then 5th gear. Locked brake there. I think this is enough already for pole if I don't do anything stupid like that. Yeah, the thing is that my controller is not calibrated.
That's a new lap record.
Yeah, that's definitely enough for pole, but
You completed 4 laps.
let's just practice more. Because I still have a tendency to ruin it. And in the race I cannot like make any mistake. So I have to like I have to learn to not to blunder my laps. Be consistent. So my driving lines are not like optimal. If you're driving like off the optimal line, it's gonna be like a collisions. The computer doesn't know what the hell I'm doing. You have to be predictable. If you're trying erratically, you're gonna end up like Roman Grosjean or Pastor Maldonado. Okay, sub 120. I think I'm getting hang of it, and you know, I could be like 10 seconds slower, so I don't even have to push in the race. Obviously, I could turn up the difficulty level, but whatever.
What's the fuel level?
Maybe I will actually crash in the first lap, and then I have to just like try to start the game from 22nd place, basically. So it seems to be that either I win and dominate, or then I crash and end up without any points. There seems to be nothing in between. So I think still it's a long race, even though I have the shortest settings. But
You completed 6 laps.
the probability of me crashing is so high that I'm not like expecting it to even survive the race. Like that. If that happens in a race, it's almost like game over. Okay, yeah. 13 second. Heinz-Harald Frentzen. He's a superhuman. Let's skip the warm-up session. There's no need for it. It should remain dry if it's based on like 1999 season. I think the only wet races in 1999 was French Grand Prix and Nürburgring. Otherwise, it was a dry season. Okay. And yeah, I'm not doing a save stage or anything. So if I crash in the first corner, then that's what it is, you know. Crashes are part of motorsport anyway. Mika Häkkinen, Michael Schumacher, David Coulthard, Eddie Irvine, Damon Hill, Rubens Barrichello, Ralph Schumacher, Jacques Villeneuve, Jean Alesi, Johnny Herbert, Petra Diniz, Alex Zanardi, Jana Trulli, Oliver Panis. Why do they sound like bees? That's not the V10 engine sound I remember. Fisichella, Petra Del Rosa, Luca Padoer, Mark Jenner. Okay. I think it's not very realistic warm-up lap. They're driving too fast and they're not warming their tires. And that's not how you line up. Don't do like a quick break. You will just ruin your tires with that. Okay. think I have fuel for like 5 laps or something. I'm not quite sure.
De La Rosa has retired.
Let's see if Michael Schumacher will retire the first lap. It's trying to simulate 1999 season. There should be red flag actually if
Someone's on.
it's fully simulated. Yeah, even while in the qualifying, I was like 10 seconds faster. Now in the race, they are like tailing me. Fuck! This is what I told you about. I can just. The qualifying doesn't matter when you win your race. Oh. Safety car. How unfortunate it happened after I spun. If it's a safety car, why am I going 300 kilometers per hour? Yes, Bert Mylander. Well, that's actually before Bert Mylander. It was Gavin. It was her first name. Well, I only lost 4 places or 5 places, so it's not still in points. So it's not the end of the world. At least it makes the race more interesting. If I was only like leading from start to finish, that would be boring. Wouldn't it be? Yeah, I think this is about like the first game that really has had a functional safety car. So I wonder how many races they actually have to use safety car. 1999, I think safety car was used in Magny-Cours because of the rain. And I think it maybe is it used in Nürburgring because of the rain. I don't think so. So this might be the last time it's used. It's coming in. Now, well, let's try to have a drink now.
Completed 2 laps.
Yeah. Well, what's on the news? Yeah, Saudi Arabian and Bahrain Grand Prix were cancelled or at least postponed. Yeah, I don't think there's room for those in the later in the season because the season is already like taking so long. It's ending in Abu Dhabi in like mid December, so they can't really. And it's a triple header coming up Abu Dhabi, so they can't really make it like a 5 consecutive races. So I think they are cancelled completely. Which I don't mind because I don't like neither races. I mean, SAC here has provided some interesting races in the past, but it's still a Tilkedrome, and it's also like a nowadays, since it's a test track, it's becoming like Barcelona. The drivers know it too well. Coming when it's like they really shouldn't like test on the same track that they race later on. Well, at least this season that seems to be the case. And Jeddah, I just don't think that there should be a race in there anyway, for like human rights situation in Saudi Arabia and other reasons as well. Plus I don't like the track as well, and I'm not a fan of street tracks, and not especially not nighttime races and nighttime street tracks. Okay, I think here we go now. Enough of jabbing. Yeah, this goes. Do they give like you countdown? Okay, no countdown. You can just go. Fucking Rubens! That was my mistake. I tried to pass from the outside. Well, no, 0 points from this race as well. I was expecting this. Yeah, I'm just... I blame on my rustiness, you know. I have played the game for 2 years, so yeah, that was silly. Over-optimistic overtake. Try to overtake outside of stove. Or cops, stove.
Well done.
Well, I'm 10 seconds faster than anyone else, so maybe there's still a chance. There's 8 laps to go, so... Just don't have... If I don't make any mistakes and in a pit stops, my wheel nut gun don't get stuck or bolt get stuck like with Bottas. And I have a chance. How am I losing so much suddenly?
Padoa has retired.
Yeah, also it was easier these days to get into points because often half of the grid would retire from technical issues, so just by finishing you might end up in points. I don't think I can suffer from technical problems. I think I've turned off any settings. It'd be kinda annoying to play a video game where you first race, like if you're doing full Grand Prix mode, 50 laps and then retire from a gearbox problem. Yeah, it's Damon Hill is on pit lane at the moment, so I have to wait.
You completed 5 laps. You're now in.
Now in what? Finish your sentence, man. Yeah, I'm having so much difficulties. These are great corners. Chapel Beckett's and Maggots, but damn, they are difficult to master, you know. I'm taking too much like inline. It's not the fastest way to take a corner. You should always like use the whole width of the track and use the and also use the rumble strips as well. But I'm a little bit scared of like going to the edge of the track and use the curb, because it's so easy to just go a little bit too wide and then spin. So that's why I'm trying to like keep it on the center of the track.
That puts you in third.
I should probably pit up on this lap.
Tires are going off.
So I need 5 laps. 5 laps amount of fuel. I think I actually will gain many positions by pitting late. I don't know. My last lap was quite good, so I think I already gained. It's easier to gain during the pit stops than on the live track. What the hell happened there?
Villeneuve has retired.
Do I have a puncture or what? Guys, can you check something wrong with my car? It's just for that. Fuel for 5 laps. AI, artificial intelligence. Yeah, I almost lost all the positions I gained. Well, maybe I got like 6 places. Just oh, there's something wrong with my car. Thought I had like all the technical problems. Yeah, I think I have to retire.
It's closing in on you.
I didn't.
It's closing in on you.
I didn't accidentally press any like pit limiter button. It's not showing like they're not telling you that I have a problem. Yeah. I don't know. I thought I had technical issues turned off, but definitely something broke. Maybe it was because of the damage I got when I spun. But you know, there's no like they didn't. My team didn't say anything, and there was no like indicator on the screen, so. Well, it wasn't going anyway the way I wanted. It's more annoying to retire from the lead, but you retire from 30th place. It doesn't really matter. Okay, well, at least, you know. At least I got to play it again, and I didn't even say the reason for retirement. It's a really great game, and you know it still holds up today. You know, the graphics aren't that bad. If this was on a PlayStation 1, it would probably be very ugly with all those texture warping, but you know, Dreamcast was already like a future generation console, and you know, these graphics still look good these days. But yeah, next time I will do a F-1 ring, Österreich-ring, or Red Bull ring, in other words. But until then, bye bye.